Well, from the time I was young, like the little restaurants in Prairie Grove, the old timers you'd see them down there drinking coffee in the morning, and it was always, some place where they hang out and told all the old stories. And currently it's the One Stop is one that they handle, serve breakfast and lunch there, and a lot of the coffee drinkers go in, a lot of the old timers, and tell stories and stuff about their family and what went on back in the day. My nephew, Mitch Bartholomew, bought the One Stop several years ago. A lot of my friends and family hang out in there, and we have breakfast in there in the morning a lot of times, and have lunch, and just have fellowship with your friends. And some of our conversations are at the One Stop are just due about how much rain we got, because most all of us have some farm structure. We've got some few cattle or something. And talk about the moisture and the snow and whatever is happening in the weather, and just area news about houses being built, how fast town's growing, and businesses coming and going out of town. That's mainly the conversations. A little bit of sports.
City down there. Just if you can get a little bit of that big down there, and then I'm gonna get right in the middle of
Or where they do go hang out now is the One Stop in Prairie Grove. Used to, it was the Colonial Courts, but the courts is not open anymore as a cafe. They still rent rooms and all, but the Frederick's One Stop that's the hangout. If you want to find out what's going on in Prairie Grove, the auto parts store is not a bad place either.
Yeah, there's another hangout in Prairie Grove. It's down at the Larry Crawley's parts store. There's a pretty good crew comes in there early in the morning, drinks coffee. I think Larry makes about 3 gallons of coffee a day for them, but they have to all drink on. But there's a pretty good crew hangs out there. 2 or 3 different shifts comes through there, and lots of stories down there too.
I have a coffee pot that is on a timer, so we've got coffee made when I open the door. We will normally have between 8 and 10 people. Sometimes on a rainy day, it's standing room only. It still depends a lot on the weather, what time of year, what day of the week, but we've got a normal crowd that will run 8 to 10 people every morning, and a lot of them will come back in the afternoon and visit.
What can you remember about what year that was, Ray?
It was about probably 61 or 2. Okay. Because actually didn't last long.
No, it didn't.
It got burnt pretty shortly.
It's like the weather. How much rain did we get last night? Farming, gardening, and just old men will tend to be more gossipy than what the women are.
I think even people who've lived there all their life sometimes can go to the coffee shop and find out something that they didn't know, something that happened that they didn't know. But it can be very, very interesting, very, very interesting, and very, like I said, just history. Occasionally they just get back on stuff that happened a long, long time ago, and you can get, you just don't want, you don't want to stop. It gets so interesting, you just want to keep going.